30s, somebody's going to have to step up. You think 9 points doesn't sound like a lot, but that's when you're 47.
Yes.
That's quite a few points you've got to account for. So look for probably J.C. Jaggers to pick up some of the slack, Bella McConnell underneath. That's the two biggest names you think are going to add something.
Yes.
If Jada Boyd has a good night driving, that's 8 to 10 points right there coming down the lane if she can make the layups or the short jumpers. So somebody's really got to step up to pick up that 8 or 9 points.
And it'll be interesting to see who will step up for the Lady Tigers. Really were hitting in stride earlier in the season and have dipped off a little. You can attribute some of that to injury if you get some nicks and bruises going as the season goes along. But no better time to pick it up than the present. And I know after talking with Coach Thomas, something they're really looking for is to get that offense generated. Came off of a tough district loss to Hopkins County Central the other night, but one that I think was really attributed to maybe just running out of gas there at the end, being injury prone.
Well, you got to look this year too, Eric, that our district is wide open. You've got Hopkins Central sitting at the top of it. Caldwell County started out their district season 2-0. Since then, 3 losses. So they're trying to get back on track tonight against Dawson. But the difference in 1 through 4 seed this year is minimal. I mean, this is
not
wide
much
open.
at all.
You can't come in and overlook a Dawson team, and you can't by any means think that Hopkins Central has this year wrapped up just because they'll come in as the number 1 seed.
And that always makes districts more fun. Yeah. Whenever you don't have a clear-cut dominant team in that district, always makes for a great atmosphere going forward.
Oh, yeah, and the Lady Tigers know they can win games. They played some great ball back around the hoops tournament back in December, and then coming off of that had a big win over Madisonville North. So they know they can compete with these teams. A 2-point loss, I think it was, to Central. So they're right there. They know that if they play their game, play their defense like they need to play, keep the turnovers down, and hopefully get Peyton back. But if Peyton doesn't come back, somebody's got to step up and take charge of that. They can compete with anybody in this district.
So it'll be interesting to see how they move forward with this last week of the regular season. As we mentioned, getting ready for that district time. We're about 30 seconds away from the national anthem and getting our starters all lined up. So we're going to go ahead and take a brief break, and then we'll be back with you after the national anthem to get your starters and get you set for tip. You've been listening to Lady Tigers pregame here on 103.3 FM, The Tiger.
Here's a reminder, Princeton Electric Plant Board. Meters can be dangerous, and electric meter is not only dangerous, it's dishonest. Stealing electricity by meters is your best. There's a utility one has. If you see electric meter, call the Princeton Electric Plant Board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric Plant Board, Princeton, not one.
In Princeton would like to give a big shout out to one of our own, Jeff McDowell. Jeff has given Pricing 34 years as one of our top service technicians, and General Motors thinks so also as they selected the top 20 service technicians out of 7,000 in the Southeast region. We're so proud of you, Jeff. The extra time and dedication it takes to achieve this honor speaks volumes about him. Pricing Incorporated offers top-notch service on all your GM and Chrysler vehicles by certified technicians Monday through Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Call 270-365-5522 for your appointment today. Prices Incorporated, Highway 91 North in Princeton.
You can always expect great things at Planters Bank. When we say expect great things, what we're really saying is Planters Bank is here to provide the financial services you need. Planters Bank believes in the strength of our community. It is a full-service financial institution. Our employees have a true passion for helping our neighbors, and it shows. DJ Pepper and the rest of the Planters Bank staff at 208 North Jefferson. Planters Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
This is Dave Cherry. I'm the board member for Community Medical Clinic located at Community Medical Clinic's goal is to provide healthcare services that are both convenient and affordable in our local community. Community Medical Clinic is taking new patients every day, and walk-ins are welcome. The clinic is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. to serve you and your family members of all ages. All insurances are welcome, as well as Community Medical Clinic, providing health care services at your convenience at no extra cost.
And we are back to Panther Gym. Starting lineups underway here as the Caldwell County Lady Tigers take on the Dawson Springs Lady Panthers. Jada Boyd, Lucy Goffinette, JC Jaggers, and Bella McConnell introduced so far for the Lady Tigers. And moving into the starting lineup, Eric Carson Parker taking the place of Peyton Young in the starting lineup for the Lady Tigers.
Has really had a nice season so far coming out as the freshman.
And she's so new, she forgot to go over and give a fist bump to the referee. So she's new to the starting lineup. She's getting all the experience here tonight. Paige Hendricks in the starting lineup for Dawson Springs. Brooklyn Cotton, I think their leading scorer on the season. We'll check that. Kaylee Simpson also a starter.
Cotton coming into this game tied actually as their leading scorer alongside Aaron Orton being announced now.
Kenesha Randolph and Aaron Orton round out the starting five for the Lady Tigers. A game that Caldwell County can nail down that number 3 seed in the district race. And as we get ready to start the first quarter with the call, it's Eric Jacobs.
Thanks, Dennis. Getting all ready. Dawson Springs getting a couple last-second pointers. Lady Tigers are already on the court. Looks like it's going to be Parker to take the tip for Caldwell County. Coming in this one, looking for a quick start out of the Lady Tigers. If you're the coaching staff, you definitely want to see them kind of assert themselves in from start to finish. Looks like it will be Orton in the middle. Ball's up, and we are on the way. Tip one by the Lady Tigers. Boyd's going to have it at the point. Goes right side to Goffinette. She'll return it. They work it left side around the horn. Parker cross-court pass is going to be tipped out by Cotton. And we're going to have a quick substitution. Hendricks already being checked out of the game, and she is going to be replaced by Fane for the Lady Panthers.
Dawson Springs starts out in the 2-3 zone. They'll also zone the inbounds pass from Lucy Goffinette.
Goffinette to inbound, gets it high to Boyd. They give it to Jaggers. Jaggers thinks about a 3. Now gets it returned. Open look, 3 ball, just shy. Rebound bouncing around is going to be corralled by the Lady Panthers. Cotton at the point to bring it the other way. Is met at midcourt by Parker. Cotton spinning, dribbling left. It's going to drive, has that ball tipped. They'll say last off the hands of Caldwell County.
I really thought that Jaggers had tapped that back into the Dawson player.
So a couple appeals from the Caldwell bench. The official saw it the other way, so the Lady Panthers will inbound. Randolph to inbound. Ball's going to be tipped and then picked up by Fane. They'll swing it left side for Cotton. Cotton looking to drive. It's going to be pushed away. Spots up for a 3. This one might have been tipped by Parker. Ball underneath the basket's corralled by Goffinette. Her pass is going to be tipped away by Cotton, but the Lady Tigers will maintain possession.
I know the Lady Tigers are missing Young, but one thing this lineup does add is some size. You've got Carson Parker in, so rebounding should be a big plus for the Lady Tigers in this ballgame.
7:07 to go in this first quarter. Both teams looking for the first points of the evening. Lady Tigers in possession of the ball. Goes on the right wing for Goffinette, feeds it inside to McConnell. Right side of the lane, steps up, shot no good. Jaggers with the rebound, has this one blocked. McConnell able to snag away the board. We'll get it to Goffinette. She'll drive, kicks it back to McConnell at the right elbow. Dishes to Goffinette right corner. Now to Boyd, inside to McConnell. Turns middle of the lane, up and in. And Lady Tigers come out with a 2-0 lead. 6:36 to go in the first quarter. Looks like Lady Tigers wanting to press. Dawson Springs inbound.
Man-to-man press.
Ball to Randolph. And we're going to have a 10-second violation. So Lady Tigers forcing an early turnover will now retake possession of the ball, and good defense there from Jada Boyd. Ball's inbound to Boyd. Boyd to Jaggers, left wing for Parker. She'll return it back. Now they'll bring it back inside to McConnell. Jumper just underneath the left elbow, no good. McConnell able to snatch away that board and then goes up strong, draws the contact, and will go to the line for the first time this evening.
One thing you better not do if you're an opposing player with Bella McConnell inside is bring the ball down waist high, because Bella stays after it. She went in on that one. Dawson got the rebound, brought it down about waist high. Bella right there to tie it up and put the ball back. Actually, she got it back, put the shot up. No good, but she's going to the free throw line.
Before she takes those free throws, got a 30-second timeout called. Looks like that foul going against number 11, Kaylee Simpson. Simpson picking up her first, team's first, and that will put McConnell at the line when they return. Taking a look, the Lady Tigers, usually a good free throw shooting team as a whole on the season, shooting 51.4%. So for high school, not too bad. Anytime you're over 50%, always a good thing. As far as McConnell goes, coming into this game, is right at almost 51%. So now she'll step up to the line for two. First is up, too strong. Off the back of the iron, no good. But she'll return for her second. McConnell's second, off the side of the iron, no good. Parker able to maintain the rebound, tips it out to Jaggers. She'll give it to Boyd at the point. Now to Jaggers, three, too strong. Contested rebound on the floor, and that's going to be a jump ball. Possession will go for the Lady Panthers, where we're situated, unable to see the possession arrow on the scorer's table.
Well, McKenna's going to come with the full court pressure again. It's man-to-man defense.
Ball's inbound to Cotton. Cotton working on Parker, able to get out of the backcourt. And then some contact. Ball last tips off. They're going to say off of Caldwell County. Kind of hard to see from this vantage point who exactly that might have hit, but Dawson Springs will inbound from the right baseline.
I was watching the collision with Parker came down. She went through a pick, and fortunately did get the foul called on her, but her teammates really have to do a better job letting her know a pick's coming.
Simpson went up strong with the right hand, was off the glass, no good. Jaggers leading the charge the other way. Jaggers just off the mark. Rebound's going to be snatched away by Simpson, sends the Lady Panthers in the other direction. Ball comes to Fain. Fain trying to throw it to find Cotton. It's going to skid out of bounds. Would have been a backcourt violation had Cotton touched that ball. So another turnover. Lady Tigers will be on the attack.
Impressive defensive start for the Lady Tigers tonight. Just need to put a little bit more points on the board. We're down about a minute and a half in, or 2 minutes and a half in, still only 2 points.
Here's Jaggers, now to Boyd. Boyd's going to drive, skips it to Goffinette on the right side, back to Boyd. She'll swing it left side for Jaggers, into the corner for Parker. Parker, top of the key to Boyd, jumper, no good. Simpson able to snag away the rebound. Simpson hands off to Cotton, lob pass out of the backcourt to Fain. Fain underneath the basket for Orton. Orton unable to corral it. Boyd's going to pick it up. Lady Tigers in transition. Goffinette left side of the lane, off the glass, no good. Gets the rebound, goes up, can't make it count, but will draw the foul. And that will send Lucy Goffinette to the line for two.
Lady Tigers doing a good job on the offensive board tonight. Lucy followed a shot there, knew that was going to come up a little short. Went back up, didn't put it in, but gets to go to the line for two.
That foul going against Fain. Fain picking up her first, team second. Goffinette at the line for two. First of two is up, no good. Lucy, some struggles this season from the line, only shooting 37%, but to her credit, has only attempted 8 free throws all year long.
Lady Tigers so far 0 for 3 from the line early in this one.
Goffinette second. Up. This one will connect, makes it a 3-0 game. Had a substitution coming into the game was Hollowell. She replaced Jaggers. Here's Cotton from the left side, throws it up, no good. Hollowell able to rebound it, and that's going to be a travel.
Yeah, Maja Hollowell had her dribble, didn't see where she could put it down on the floor, but she was double teamed. Kind of got a little confused, drug that pivot foot.
Lady Panthers to inbound. They get it to Orton. Orton to Hendricks. She'll swing it to the point for Clark. Clark hands off to Cotton's going to drive the lane, puts it up with the left hand, too strong. Parker able to snag the rebound. Lady Tigers coming the other way. McConnell, middle of the lane, jump up, in and out. Rebounded by Orton. Orton hands to Cotton. She'll throw it up quickly. And now we're going to have a foul in the middle of the lane. See who this foul is credited to.
It's going to go against J.C. Jaggers. Just a little bit too much body contact on the short jumper by Fain.
That's going to put Denisha Randolph at the line for 2. Randolph's first is good. Dawson Springs with their first point of the game. They trail 3-1. Randolph will be back for her second. Coming into this game, Denisha Randolph shooting 53% from the line. Second, up and in. And Lady Tigers lead cut to 1. 3-2. 4:15 left in this first quarter. Ball's inbounded to Jaggers. She's double teamed, able to get it to Hollowell. Hollowell in trouble, tiptoeing on that baseline, and will step on it for the turnover. Just not quite moving the ball fast enough to break that press.
Now they came with a 1-2-2 zone trap, and Caldwell County didn't really recognize it. Only had the 2 players back, didn't get any help. Hollowell ended up stepping on the baseline. Second turnover of the night for the Lady Tigers.
Lady Panthers now in possession. Clark at the point. Will hold, dribbles right, hands it off for Cotton. Cotton feeding Orton inside. Orton underneath the basket, up, and an easy 2 points. And Dawson Springs now jumps out to the lead, 4-3, 3:46. Jaggers able to split 2 defenders, gets out of the backcourt. Will drive and reset as she hands it to Goffinette at the point. Goffinette floats it for Jaggers, thinks about a 3. Now will drive. Middle of the key, has it tipped away, is able to corral it. Now she's in a little bit of trouble, surrounded by 2 Lady Panther defenders. And that will turn into a jump ball. 2 subs for the Lady Tigers. Checking in for the first time, Morgan McDaniels. Jada Boyd will return to the game. She replaces Jaggers.
Coach Thomas had to get Boyd back into the ballgame with Dawson coming with that 1-2-2 trap.
McDaniels to inbound, skips it inside to McConnell. Pump fake, left side of the lane, up too strong. Rebound goes out and will be a Lady Panther ball. So we're at 3:21 left in this first quarter. Only a 4-3 game. Both teams playing fairly well defensively. Lady Tigers getting more looks at the basket, just not quite getting anything to drop. Dawson Springs out of the backcourt. They get it to Randolph. Randolph hands off to Cotton on the right side. Cotton cutting across the top of the key for Hendricks. Hendricks will step in, feeds it inside to Orton. That no good, but the rebound tipped out to Randolph. Randolph able to put it off the glass and in. And Dawson Springs now leading 6-3. Hollowell to inbound. They get it to Boyd. Boyd double teamed. Got to dribble, and we're going to have a block called. That going to go against 23, Brooklyn Clark.
Boyd turned and tried to take that one around Clark, and Clark didn't really do a good job using the sideline as another defender got called for the block.
And interesting to note, Brooklyn Clark, for the Lady Panthers, only a 7th grader out playing varsity ball. Lady Tigers working the ball around the horn. Comes the left wing for Parker, now to the point for Boyd, right side for McDaniels. Ball's tipped, Cotton able to jump on it and hand it off to Hendricks. Hendricks picking up speed out of the backcourt. It's going to drive 2 steps into the lane, up with the left hand and connects. And Dawson Springs now on a 8-0 run, lead 8-3. 2:15 left in this first quarter.
Dawson made a couple of free throws and were able to set that zone trap up full court. It's really caused the Lady Tigers a lot of trouble here early.
Hollowell jumper in from the left side, and a nice shot was contested. Was able to find the bottom of the basket. Now an 8-5 game. Coming the other way is Randolph. Randolph hands it off for Clark. Clark drives baseline up with the right hand, and Clark connects. Lady Panthers re-extend the lead back to 5. They're up 10-5, 1:40 left in the first quarter. Boyd across the midcourt line. She'll get it returned to her. She takes it for Hollowell. Swings it into the left corner for Parker. Back to the top of the key for Boyd. Wants to drive, but instead is going to be called for the travel. So we have 2 more substitutions for the Lady Tigers. Jaggers and Goffinette checking in. McConnell and Hollowell checking out. Lady Panthers to inbound in front of their bench. Long lob pass up for Cotton. Cotton able to corral it on the other side. She'll hand it to Clark. Clark brings it out of the backcourt. Then to the right corner for Hendricks. Driving baseline. Wanted to hand it off for Orton, instead was called for the travel. And the turnovers continue.
And a little bit of a sloppy first quarter for both squads. That's the 4th turnover for Dawson. Caldwell County also has 4 early on in this one.
Goffinette to inbound from her own baseline. No pressure this time from the Lady Panthers. As Boyd brings it across midcourt. They go to McDaniels, to Jaggers, to Boyd. Boyd at the point will back it up and hold. Now to Jaggers. She'll play catch with Boyd. They'll return it now into the corner for McDaniels.
Just about a minute left in the quarter, and Dawson stayed in this 2-3 zone the whole quarter.
Jaggers wanted to drive, pulled up on the left side of the lane, no good. Dawson Springs able to get that rebound. Cotton coming the other way, surrounded by a sea of blue, and is fouled as she goes up on the left side of the lane. That foul going against Carson Parker. Parker picking up her first. My mistake, team second. And we'll put Brooklyn Cotton at the line for 2. Cotton's first connects.
Dawson 3 out of 3 from the line, and Cotton makes it all 5 starters for Dawson scoring here in the first quarter.
Cotton's second will connect, makes it a 12-5 Dawson Springs lead. Jaggers to lead the attack. Jaggers will hold, goes to Boyd. They swing it into the left corner. Now top of the point. Jaggers drives, kicks it out to Goffinette right side. They'll return it back to the point. Now swing it for the left. Back to the point is Jaggers. Jaggers holds to Boyd. She'll return it. 23 seconds left in this first quarter. Now Jada Boyd pulls up for a 3. This one no good. Rebound contested. Cotton snatches it away. Picking up some speed. Lady Tigers, nice job in transition to get some help. Handed off to Fain. Fain drives, cuts across the lane, has the ball stripped. Orton able to pick it up. Now Boyd picks the pocket of Cotton, heads the other direction. Boyd up, misses the layup. That rebound's going to be picked up by the Lady Panthers, and that is the way we will end the first quarter. So after 1 of play, it's Dawson Springs 12, Caldwell County 5. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break and be back with your second quarter of action. You're listening to Lady Tigers basketball here on 103.3 The Tiger.
Caldwell Medical Sleep Lab offers diagnosis for a variety of sleep problems, including sleep apnea. 1 in every 5 Americans have significant sleep difficulties, which, when diagnosed properly, can be successfully treated. The symptoms of sleep disorders include fatigue, morning headaches, insomnia, frequent urination, irritability, memory loss, high blood pressure, and loud snoring. If you have some of these symptoms, we may be able to help you identify and treat them before they cause more serious conditions. Caldwell Medical Center offers studies in lab and in your home depending on your insurance company's requirements. Call 270-365-0300 for more information.
And back to Panther Gym as Dawson Springs has jumped out to a surprising 12-5 lead after 1 quarter of play. Eric, we talked about the Lady Tigers having to pick their offense up some. That's been a problem with their latest skid, losing 6 of the last 8, and tonight coming out still just ice cold. Only 5 points in the first quarter.
And it's not necessarily for a lack of looks. It's just not able to convert on those looks. I would say that we've had better opportunities than Dawson has. Dawson just able to find the bottom of the basket.
Dawson also 4 out of 4 from the free throw line tonight.
Back in action. Lady Panthers underneath the basket. Ball's put up by Orton, no good. Got her rebounded on the putback, was fouled. So she will step to the line for 2.
Eric, I'm sure Coach Thomas is mad right there because the players had plenty of time to get in a blockout position, but everybody just tried to jump up with the Dawson player. And she's a good-sized kid, got a lot of height.
They gave that foul to Morgan McDaniels. McDaniels picks up her first, team's third, as Orton converts on her first free throw.
Dawson still perfect from the line tonight. They've got 5 free throws. Caldwell only 5 points total.
Orton second off the back of the iron. McConnell, nice job boxing out, able to snag the board. Coming the other way, the Lady Tigers. Jaggers to McConnell. McConnell, middle of the lane, jumper up off the front of the iron. McDaniels with the rebound. Believe that ball might have been tipped, and Orton using her size, able to get the rebound for the Lady Panthers. She kicks it to Cotton. Cotton driving, middle of the lane, up too strong. Jaggers able to snatch away the board. Jaggers will bring it out of the backcourt. Now hold tight at the point, gives it to Boyd. Back to Boyd, inside to McConnell. She'll kick it out to McDaniels. Jumper from the left side off the mark. And that rebound able to be taken away by Simpson. Simpson hands off to Clark. Clark on the right side. Now to Simpson, inside to Orton. Orton turns and is going to be fouled. I believe that foul is going to go against Bella McConnell.
Eric, on our offensive end, it looks like Dawson's theory of winning this game tonight is just making us hit from the outside. They're playing that 2-3 zone, but they're packing it in about free throw line high, giving Caldwell County all the threes they want, as the first one up by Orton and off the mark. But Caldwell County is trying to work the ball in, and it gets very crowded inside when that 2-3 zone is packed into the free throw line.
Second put up by Orton. This one off the mark. McConnell with the rebound pass nearly picked off. Boyd able to hang on to it. Now goes to Goffinette. Jumper just inside the arc. Off the mark. Jaggers able to pick up that loose ball. They get it to McConnell, middle of the lane. Can't get this one to convert. Simpson will snag it and then is met quickly by Goffinette and McConnell for a jump ball.
Simpson got the rebound, but Lucy Goffinette got hammered going up for the rebound and didn't get the favor of the call on it. Caldwell County's going to retain possession.
Jaggers to inbound from the baseline. She gets it to Goffinette. She'll hand off to Boyd. Boyd back to Jaggers for three. Shot by Jaggers off the glass, no good. McConnell able to pick up the rebound, can't convert it. That ball's going to go out, and the Lady Tigers will maintain possession, but just nothing being able to drop for Caldwell County right now.
Yeah, McConnell's doing a good job inside trying to get her own rebound after some of these shots. She's playing hard. The shots are just going way too high and too hard off the backboard.
Goffinette to inbound, gets it to the point to Jaggers. Jaggers throws it right side for McDaniel. She'll return it back to Jaggers at the point. Dribbles left, hands off for Boyd for three. Boyd's shot off the mark, comes off the support, and will be a Lady Panther ball. Offensive struggles continuing for the Lady Tigers. They trail 13-5, 6:20 to go in the second quarter. Cotton floats this ball over the hands of Goffinette, and they will get it back to Cotton. Cotton cross-court pass for Clark. Tried to feed it inside for Orton. That ball tipped away by McConnell. Good defense from the Lady Tigers.
Well, we're kind of trying to slow Dawson up a little bit to try in a zone now for the first time tonight. See if they can cut down on the penetration by Dawson. Now they're going to go back man-to-man on the inbound.
Clark to inbound. Gets it to Cotton. Cotton wanted to drive. Ran into Fain, had to back out. Now she'll drive left side of the lane, loses control of the ball, but feeds it inside to Clark. And Clark able to finish for two. Just no help on that backside for the Lady Tigers. Lady Tigers now trailing by their largest deficit, 10, down 15-5, 5:46 to go in the second quarter. In possession, they work it around the perimeter. Tried to feed it inside, and that was swatted away by Orton.
And Eric, we talked about this in the pregame. Caldwell actually playing for a little something tonight. If they win this game, they lock down the number 3 seed and take on Madisonville in the district. If they lose this, and if Dawson were to win tomorrow night against Madisonville, Caldwell County could have to face Hopkins Central in the first round.
It's a three put up by Jaggers, and Jaggers able to break the cold streak and connect from beyond the arc. Makes it a 15-8 game, 5:25 to go in the first half. Cotton floats it over to Clark. Clark dribbles central, hands it back to Cotton, quickly met by Goffinette. She'll lay it off for Simpson. Simpson's pass stuffed by Boyd. She was able to corral it. Now her second pass is tipped. Cotton ended up on the ground, ball loose, and a jump ball. Dawson Springs will maintain possession, but a nice play there by Boyd to dive in and get a hand on it.
Caldwell's bringing that pressure out a little bit higher. You've got Goffinette and Boyd trying to trap a little out front.
Fain to inbound, gets it to Clark, double teamed. Able to find Fain, hands off for Orton, feeds it inside for Simpson. Turns with the right hand off the glass and in. Dawson Springs really having their way down low here early on.
Which is surprising because we thought with this lineup, Caldwell County would have a little bit more size.
Jagger spots up for another three. This one comes off the iron end to support. They'll go out for a Lady Panther ball. Substitution, Randolph will check in for the Lady Panthers. Will replace Cotton Payne checking out of the game, replaced by Hendricks.
Excuse me, Eric. I think Caldwell County is setting back in kind of a triangle and 2 right now. They're trying to trap out front. Still got the big kids down low. But Dawson Springs able to get out of the trap, and when they do, they're finding Orton or Simpson down underneath for some fairly decent and close shots.
Clark met by Jaggers. Clark able to get out of the backcourt, splits 2 defenders, throws one up middle of the lane. That one no good. Jaggers snatching away the board. Jaggers beats the pressure. Lob pass for McDaniels. They try to skip it inside to McConnell. Nice job to hold up and be patient. Let 2 defenders fly by her and got 2 off the inbound. Goffinette nearly with the steal. That ball just hitting the baseline.
McDaniel had a whale of a pass on that one. She had to thread that needle, get it over to McConnell through 2 players. Did a great job picking up the assist.
Lady Tigers trailing 17-10, 4:15 to go in the second quarter. Dawson feeds it inside to Orton. Orton losing the ball. McConnell able to pick it up. Needs to find some help, finds it in Boyd. Boyd picking up speed, floats it underneath to Goffinette. Off the glass, can't connect. Goffinette able to get her own rebound, turns, shoots. This one won't drop either, and is going to be rebounded by Orton. Looks like we're going to have a timeout taken. Be a 30-second. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break and be back with the final 3:50 of the second quarter. You're listening to Lady Tigers basketball here on your hometown station, The Tiger.
Caldwell County. I'm Allie Coleman with First Southern National Bank, and I'm ready to service your next loan. Whether you're wanting to build your first home, buy an investment property, or add square footage for your growing family, we can tailor a solution just for you. Stop by my office at 101 West Washington Street in Princeton, or give me a call at 270-365-3545 to apply today. First Southern National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, Federal Registry 409424, NMLS 1002990.
Back to Panther Gym. Caldwell County trails this one 17-10 with 3:50 left to go in the first half. Here to take us the rest of the way till halftime is announcer Eric Jacobs.
Thanks, Dennis. Back in action. Lady Tigers looking to work their way back in from the 7-point deficit. Ball inbounded by the Lady Panthers. High lob pass was picked off by McConnell. Was intended for Cotton, and then a foul. Looks like that's going to go against Hendricks. That will be the Lady Panthers' 4th team foul. Will be Hendricks' first. Goffinette to inbound from mid-court. Gets it to Boyd. 3:42 left in this first half. Boyd to Jaggers into the corner for McDaniels. Now they feed it inside to McConnell. Steps into the lane. Instead, is going to be called for the travel. And another turnover for the Lady Tigers.
Rick, if you'll see, both Caldwell County players out front had wide open threes. They're turning that down, working it into Bella, who is working hard. Just got a little happy with the feed on that one. Came up with the turnover.
Dawson Springs to bring it the length of the court. They get it to Simpson. Simpson, middle of the lane. Left-hand hook shot up, no good. Gets a rebound and is going to be fouled. She will go to the line for 2. And that foul going against Bella McConnell. McConnell's going to pick up her 2nd foul of the game. Will be Caldwell County's 5th. Simpson at the line. First of 2 is up and in. Parker to check into the game. She'll replace McConnell.
This will be the 10th free throw of the first half for Dawson Springs.
And they've been shooting fairly well from the line.
Yeah, they've right now 6 out of 9.
Simpson back for her 2nd. Converted the first, converts the 2nd. And Dawson Springs now with a 9-point lead. 3:24 left in the half. Jaggers across midcourt to Boyd. Boyd back to Jaggers. They'll play catch. Boyd wanted to drive, was pushed away. She'll get it back to Jaggers, now over to McDaniels. Inside to Parker. Parker hands it off to Boyd. 2-step middle of the lane, up off the mark. It's going to be kicked off to Randolph. Randolph going coast to coast. Up, misses the layup. Simpson with the rebound. This one won't fall either. Boyd got the rebound and a foul against the Lady Panthers. That one going against 00. Fane, freshman, picking up her 2nd, team's 5th, as she'll be subbed out and replaced by Orton.
Dawson still with a foul to give, and under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Pretty clean game, both teams. Foul-wise, only 5, but Caldwell seems to pick up theirs in the act of shooting.
Lady Tigers looking to cut into this 9-point Panther lead. Jaggers at the point. They'll swing it into the left wing for McDaniels. Her pass tipped and picked up by Randolph. Randolph taking her time to get across midcourt. It's going to be met quickly by Jaggers. She'll hand it off to Clark. Clark driving, middle lane up. That shot's blocked. Jaggers with the rebound. 3-on-1 for the Lady Tigers. Skips it left side for Boyd, who goes up and draws the foul. So she'll have to earn those 2 from the stripe.
Like saying JC hit Lucy a little bit earlier on that. Lucy had a step on the lone defender back.
That foul, the 16th foul for Dawson Springs, the 2nd for Brooklyn Clark. That puts Boyd at the line for 2. Boyd shooting from the line for the first time this evening. Will connect on her first. Substitution for the Lady Tigers. McDaniels being checked out, replaced by Hollowell. Boyd 1-of-1 on the night. Looks to make it 2 of 2. She'll survey, shots up. This one off the back of the iron, no good. Orton able to get the board for the Lady Panthers. Ball thrown quickly up court to Clark. Clark 1-on-1 with Boyd in the right corner. Now trapped, has to get rid of that, comes to Simpson, but was knocked away by Hollowell. Lady Tigers doing a nice job starting to get aggressive, as you mentioned, especially in those high positions. Ball inbounded to Orton in the corner. Orton returns to Randolph. Ball slipped through her hand. She was able to corral it. Comes into the right corner for Clark. Clark's going to dribble it back high and bring it over to the left. Swing it back into the right for Simpson. Simpson finds some space, wants to drive central, has to turn, gets it to Randolph. Randolph, right baseline, too strong. Jada Boyd with the board. Boyd throws it up quickly for Hollowell. 2-step with the left hand, just shy, gets her own rebound and has that one blocked and out. The Lady Tigers will maintain possession.
Nice pass over to Hollowell. She just started that layup a little bit out front, way outside the block. A little off balance as she went up.
Lady Tigers to inbound. Goffinette floats it high for Hollowell. Hollowell goes left side for Boyd. Back to Hollowell. She'll hand off to Jaggers at the point. Jaggers looking for some movement. Finds it in Boyd. They go left corner for Goffinette. Back to Boyd. Now they'll swing it right. Jaggers back to Boyd. Long 2. Off the mark. Cotton with the rebound. Cotton has that ball tipped and a foul. That foul going against 12, Lucy Goffinette. Goffinette picking up her first, team 6th. Dawson Springs will inbound from their own baseline. Simpson to inbound, gets it to Cotton. A minute 16 left in this first half. Cotton met quickly, will hand it off to Randolph, gets it to Clark. Clark to the point, to Cotton. Cotton holds, needs to work her way around Goffinette, works off the screen. It's going to take it all the way to the baseline, spins, drives, throws one up, and not a lot of contact there on that one for the foul.
It was like she was trying to score by throwing it out of a bucket. Because the ball came from down low, and I don't know where the contact was because it was an awful shot. She got bailed out on that one.
That foul going against Carson Parker. That will put Cotton at the line for 2. Cotton converts on the first.
Cotton, good form, Eric. She's 3 out of 3 from the line tonight, so definitely if this game tightens up towards the end, you don't want to put her at the line.
Cotton second, just shy. Must have heard you up here. She gets her own rebound, feeds it inside to Orton, and turns it into a 3-point possession. Lady Tigers now trailing 22-11. 46 seconds left. Going to the corner to Goffinette. Long 2, and Goffinette able to convert. Makes it a 22-13 game, 37 seconds. Clark out of the backcourt, working on Boyd. She'll hold, gets it to Cotton. Cotton will hold 29 seconds. Top of the key to Orton, kicks it out into the left corner for Simpson. She'll hand off for Cotton. They feed it back inside for Orton. That pass or shot was blocked. by Parker. Coming the other way is Jaggers to go off the net, off the glass and in. Great teamwork on that one.
Great job by JC to draw the defender to her, left Lucy wide open underneath.
7 seconds. There's Simpson. 3, 2, last second shot taken by Clark off the glass, no good. And after 1/2 of play, it's Dawson Springs 22, Caldwell County 15. We'll go ahead and take a 3-minute break and be back with some halftime stats. You've been listening to Lady Tiger Basketball here on your hometown station, 103.3 The Tiger.
Porter Gas Company is a full-service local and family-owned propane company offering services in Princeton, Cadiz, Madisonville, and Murray. Right now, Porter Gas is offering specials on propane. Porter Gas offers Holland and Napoleon grills, Dixie choppers, and they also have Red Max weed eaters. Contact Porter Gas Company today for all of your residential, commercial, and agricultural propane needs. Porter Gas Company, a family tradition of service since 1951. This is Fred Foltz, the Woodall Agency in Princeton. We have served the small business owners of this area for over 100 years. Do you have trouble understanding liability or workers' comp insurance? Are your insurance premiums spiraling out of control? Whether you're a furniture store on Main Street, a plumber or electrician, or a locally owned bank or car dealer, we have a policy for you. We are the business insurance experts. Give me a call at 365-5541. You'll be glad you did.
Howdy, folks. I'm Colonel Sanders here to tell you about KFC's $5 fill-up. Now, some people are saying that I'm just Wrigley McIntyre and that KFC has paid me to be the caller. But if that were true, how would I know my $5 fill-ups are full of a lot of delicious food? How would I know that you could get a real meal with 2 pieces of Kentucky Fried Chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, a biscuit, cookie, and a drink for just $5? It's not like I just read it off a script designed to make you hungry. Or could I? KFC. It's bang right and good.
At participating KFC stores, prices may vary. Factor substitutions.
Have you been a victim of debit or credit card fraud? Farmers Bank and Trust can help lessen your risk of getting taken advantage of. As our customer, you have exclusive access to a security feature in our app that will allow you to turn your debit card off while you're not using it, and turn it on instantly when you need to use it. Keep your information safe. Log into our free app to use this feature, increasing the security of your information right now. Not a Farmers Bank customer? Come down. Let us set up your account and start protecting you from potential fraud opportunities. This is not a guarantee that your information will not be compromised. This is an increased security measure. Farmers Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Hello, this is Gloria Smith with the law office of Jeff Russo. Are you buying or selling real estate? Are you planning on refinancing your existing home loan? If so, you should be aware that you have your choice in which attorney provides the legal services associated with such transactions. Our law office has over 50 years of experience in real estate law. We pride ourselves on being cost-effective and having a quick turnaround time. If you're in need of such services, call us today at 365-2763 or find us on the web at www.jeffrussolaw.com. We are located in downtown Princeton on the east side of the courthouse.
This is an advertisement.
And welcome back to Panther Gym, where it is halftime. Lady Tigers with 2 under 30-second shots cut the deficit, but still trail 22-15 after what was the first half that really just cold offensively, and Dawson Springs able to convert quite a bit from the free throw line, able to hold on to that lead.
Yeah, they went, I think, 8 out of 12 from the line. Caldwell County only 2 free throws made in that first half, so there's 6 points of your difference right there. Caldwell County started off the night good. They looked like they were going to be able to come out and take control early. Dawson went to the free throw line, made 2 free throws, able to set up a full court 1-2-2 zone trap. That really caused the Lady Tigers some trouble. They had some turnovers in that first half, had 6 altogether. But Dawson able to get the ball, go up strong underneath, and Caldwell County committing the fouls underneath, sending the Lady Panthers to the line. So Caldwell County they're going to have to open the shooting up a little bit more on this end. I know they want to take it inside, but Dawson's playing that tight 2-3 zone. I mean, they're really packing it in. Bella McConnell's having a tough time. Carson Parker's having a tough time getting it inside, then back out. Maybe, take a crack at a couple of threes early, see what they look like. But you don't want to fall too far behind because we're just offensively, we're cold right now. It's not just the outside shooting. we're having trouble making the 3, 4, 5 footers.
And that was really the difference. That the Lady Tigers, not with the inability to find chances, just unable to convert them, especially underneath the basket. And that was really the story of the first half. Just kind of a tough night. Sometimes we've seen this from them, just a little bit sluggish on the offensive side, but defensively, if you can eliminate some of those fouls underneath the basket, Dawson Springs not getting a lot of really good looks for shots, just able to convert whenever they have the free ones.
Yeah, they're getting the ball down underneath to Orton. Orton's going to the line 4 times tonight. You've also got Brooklyn Cotton taking it to the hole tonight. She's gone to the line 4 times tonight. So you've got to find a way to keep that ball out a little bit, do a little bit better job. We thought before the game that Caldwell would do a much better job rebounding the ball, which hasn't been the case tonight. But you're starting Carson Parker, Jaggers, McConnell. I mean, that's some good rebounding there. You ought to be pulling down more rebounds than what we're getting, especially on the defensive end. We're letting Dawson have way too many second chance opportunities.
And it'll be interesting to see the changes that are made coming out of half. As you mentioned, lots of open looks for threes. The Lady Tigers have taken some shots from beyond the arc, haven't converted on too many of those, but the Lady Tigers have proven they have the ability as a team to light it up at times from outside the perimeter. So hopefully you take a couple cracks and things start to fall.
Yeah, J.C. Jaggers right now with the only 3-point make of the night so far, but those shots are wide open for Caldwell County if they want to take the threes. I know they like to work it down low, but that zone is so packed that if McConnell or Carson Parker get the ball underneath, they're going to have to make such a quick decision, either spin and go straight up, because if they bring it down low, that zone is just converging on that lane, and Caldwell County's having a hard time kicking it back out for the inside-out game.
And as we mentioned, this game does have some significance as outside of just a win-loss on your regular season record. If for some Dawson Springs was able to come out and hold on to this lead, win this game, if they can knock off Madisonville, then that drops the Lady Tigers from a 3rd seed to a 4th seed, and a matchup instead with Madisonville North at home will turn into a matchup with Hopkins Central. Hopkins Central winning 2 matches against the Lady Tigers this season, and Madisonville splitting the home and home. And so either way, you're facing a good competition and what's going to be a tough matchup. But I think with having some success against Madisonville in the regular season, you want to bring them in for that first round instead of facing Central.
Yeah, and Madisonville actually not having a great year stat-wise. Let's see, what do you have them at? 6-14 on the season, but they're 3-2 in the district. So they've taken care of the business in the district. Right now, Dawson winless in the district. So they've got to win tonight and then win again tomorrow night to force a tie with Caldwell County. And apparently the tiebreaker, according to what we hear tonight, goes with Dawson in that. And they would go up to play that 2-3 game, dropping Caldwell to that 1-4 matchup with Hopkins Central. So the Lady Tigers really have a lot to play for tonight, and really only down by 7. Yes. Not bad considering the shooting woes that we've had so far to this point. It shows on a game like this you're really missing Peyton Young.
And that's really been the key, especially from that perimeter shooting. Peyton just uncanny ability to find it. I know at one point this year has hit as many as 6 threes during a game, and to lose that in your offense really does make your team take a blow. But on the flip side of that, you've got to find a way to compensate. You don't want one player to be able to make or break you offensively. And so if we can just find the answer and get things clicking again, I expect the second half to be much different than the first.
And one thing Peyton does, though, that kind of goes unnoticed is that when teams play a zone against Caldwell County, Peyton looks the court over and knows what she wants to do the ball. She's got in her head whether if she's got this much space she's going to shoot or she's going to snap that ball to the corner or maybe a skip pass. We haven't seen maybe 1 or 2 skip passes across that zone tonight. And that zone's able to kind of lazily just follow the ball with Caldwell County because they're not going to come out past the 3-point line.
Right.
They're going to keep it packed in. So we can stand outside that 3-point line all night long. Dawson would love for us to and just pass it around. They're not going to come out, and they've got a 7-point lead. Really no need in them doing it unless you get a Jaggers hot or a Jada Boyd hot from 3-point line. Then they might inch out a little bit.
And the Lady Tigers, too, these type games, really good experience games. We've talked about throughout the season just how young they are. And so this is one of those moments that if, as a freshman, as a sophomore playing in this game, you're going to run into this situation from time to time throughout your career. And so it's good to see it early like this. I know it can be frustrating at times, but it's all kind of part of that process of developing and building a young team.
It is, and this is going to pay huge dividends next year. If all these kids come back with what they've got on the floor now, and you get Peyton Young back, who's the only like a junior on the squad, you get that bunch back with this kind of experience. It's going to pay huge dividends. But as wide open as this district is, I don't think Coach Thomas is really looking a lot to next year at this point. She thinks she's got a shot at that district championship, and this team really does, but they've got to put it together a little bit better, both on the boards and from the outside shooting tonight than they have so far. Second half underway, so here with the call is Eric Jacobs.
Thanks, Dennis. Back in action. Lady Tigers looking to cut down on the 7-point Lady Panther lead. The inbound, the pass is going to be tipped away by Cotton, so the Lady Tigers will maintain possession. The ball skipping up into the third row.
Eric, Lady Tigers had 15 points, and it's funny, they had the large straight in Yahtzee. They had players with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 points. 5 from Lucy Goffinette leads the way at halftime for the Lady Tigers.
Lady Tigers inbound. They'll go into the left corner for Parker. Now to Boyd. They'll look to work it around the horn. Jaggers will dribble right, passes left. She'll get it returned to her. Steps in, goes into the corner for Goffinette. They feed it inside to McConnell. To Boyd, middle of the lane, up, and the foul. That foul going against Orton.
Much better job of the Lady Tigers. They worked that ball around, but they hit Bella McConnell on a block that time instead of right in the center of the lane. She was able to turn and see Jada Boyd come in from that wing position. Jada had a nice angle on that shot, so much better working against the zone by the Lady Tigers.
Jada able to convert on her first free throw. That foul was given to Orton, will be her first, team's first. Boyd hit her first, now back for her second.
Jada 2 out of 3 tonight from the line.
This one up, rattles around, no good. Rebounded by Simpson. Hands to Cotton. Cotton will lob it into the front court. Gets it returned to her. Driving left side of the lane underneath the basket. Nice job by Bella McConnell to stand up and get a block. Ball comes out. A little bit of hesitation there, but eventually going to grant possession to the Lady Panthers.
I don't think the baseline referee actually saw who it went off of, and the 2 guys out front couldn't see it.
Randolph quick inbound to Simpson, and Simpson from that left block able to put it in. Lady Panthers lead 24-16, a minute in to the third quarter. Jaggers straightaway 3, connects. And that's what you want to see for the Lady Tigers, a big-time 3 by Jaggers. Now Orton has the ball tipped away. McConnell's going to be called for the foul.
I think it's 3 on Bella, and that's a tough one because it looked like she got a lot of ball, delayed call from the referee.
That foul going against McConnell will give the Lady Tigers their first. And will be McConnell's third.
So that's been a thing that Bella's battled all year long. She's aggressive with the ball. She's a physical player, but she tends to get in some foul trouble from time to time this season.
Now in foul trouble early. Lady Panthers inbound, they get it to Simpson, who'll bring it out of the backcourt. Simpson picking up some steam, lays it off to Randolph on the right wing. Get it to Cotton. Cotton inside to Orton. Orton able to turn, and a big mismatch there between Hollowell and Orton. Orton able to turn, extends the lead to 26-19. 6:30 to go in the third quarter. Lady Tigers holds comes to Parker. They'll swing it right side for Jaggers. Jaggers 3, and Jaggers 2 for 2 to start the second half.
Eric, we talked about it at halftime. That shot's there. If Caldwell County wants to come out and try a couple of them, see if they can get somebody hot. Right now, working to perfection.
Jaggers starting to heat up, and that ball was a long lob pass just off the hands of the Lady Panther attacker. Will come out for a Caldwell County ball. A big possession here. Down 4, the opportunity to cut it down. So you've got to get some points here if you're Caldwell County. Jaggers inside to Parker. Shot high off the glass, no good. Randolph able to get the rebound. Randolph will get it to Fain. Across midcourt, now to Simpson, steps in the middle of the lane, throws it up wildly with the left hand off the mark. Hollowell able to corral the rebound in the corner. Hollowell get it to Boyd. Boyd picking up steam out of the backcourt, dishes it off left side for Jaggers. She'll drive. Stops left side of the lane, hands it off to Boyd. Boyd will dribble it back to the point. Boyd holds, gets it to Jaggers. Jaggers into the corner for Hollowell. Hollowell back to Jaggers. She'll return it. Hollowell now long pass to the point to Boyd. Tries to feed it down low for Parker. Parker unable to hold on. And that ball going to go out for a Lady Panther possession. So the speed and intensity picking up here in the second half.
We're kind of bringing a little bit of pressure offensively and defensively.
Fire's been lit. Ball's handed to Cotton. Cotton coming out of the backcourt. Hollowell in pursuit of her. Hollowell matches up. Cotton hands off to Randolph. Will throw it over for Simpson. Simpson cuts across the top of the key and floats this ball well over the head of Randolph. Lady Tigers doing a nice job to force the turnover. They still trail 26-22. 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. So Boyd over for Jaggers. Feeds it left side of the lane to Parker. She'll return it. Top of the key. Shot by Boyd connects. The Lady Tigers only down by 2 now. 26-24. 4:45 to go in the third. Inbound pass to Simpson's tipped by Goffinette. Simpson able to split 2 defenders. Gets it across midcourt to Fain. And that ball is going to go out. They'll still be in possession of the Lady Panthers. We're going to have a timeout taken. Will be a full timeout, so we'll go ahead and take a 30-second break and be back with the final 4:37 of the third quarter. You're listening to Lady Tigers basketball here on your hometown station, 103.3 The Tiger.
February is love month. Hey, this is Pam Havelock at Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique. We want to share the love with you. We are offering 15% off mattresses, 50% off all winter clothing, and Jake's wanted to share the love too. Our Cotton Cafe dog treats will be 15% off through the month of February. Come to Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, where spreading the love is always our deal. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique, located at 235 Northfield Drive, right by the bowling alley in Princeton. Cozy Living Interiors and Boutique is everything a home should be.
And we're back to Panther Gym as the Caldwell County Lady Tigers are trying to claw back into this one. They've taken 5 points off a 7-point halftime deficit right now, just trailing by 2 at 26-24 with 4:37 left to go in the third quarter. And Eric, a good start by Caldwell County, especially the 2 threes by J.C. Jaggers.
And that was really we talked about it during halftime, that you want to get someone get hot from behind the arc. Doesn't matter who it is at this point. And J.C. answering that call has made it a 26-24 game. Dawson Springs in possession. They inbound. Get it to Simpson. Simpson's pass over for Orton. Orton in the right corner will hand back to Simpson underneath the basket for Fain. Feeds it out for Orton. Orton middle of the lane and a block by Parker. And if that foul is against Parker, that's a blown call.
Yeah, you can hear a ball up here.
They're going to give that foul to Goffinette. So the foul not on Parker, I would say it's a clean block, but Goffinette may have made some contact going up for it as well. She picks up her second, team second. Orton at the line converts on her first. Couple substitutions. McConnell checking back into the game for the Lady Tigers. And checking in for the Lady Panthers are Clark and Hendricks.
Kind of surprised to see Bella back in this quick in the third quarter. She's got to play smart the rest of the way with those 3 fouls.
Orton second up, no good. McConnell able to get the board. Coming the other way, Jaggers. Jaggers met quickly, hands off to Boyd. Inside for McConnell, throws up a shot off the back of the iron. Ball being tipped around, Jaggers able to corral it. Ball comes out to McConnell. Pump fake, gets it top of the key to Boyd. Shot up, no good. Orton with the rebound. We'll get it to Clark. Clark across midcourt, content to slow it down. He'll give to Hendricks. Hendricks wide open in that corner, opted not to take the 3. Instead tried to feed it inside and had that ball tipped away.
Deflection was by Bella McConnell, but a chancy deflection on that as she went over the shoulder to try to knock that one out of bounds. She's got to remember, she's got 3 fouls on her.
Fain to inbound, gets it to Clark for a long 2. This one off the mark and a foul. That foul going against 15, Orton.
Yeah, Bella had great position on that one, went straight up in the middle of the lane.
Orton picking up her second, team second. That's one if you're the Lady Tigers would not be disappointed to see start getting in foul trouble.
Absolutely. Dawson tends to bring that far side backline player up, and they'll switch a 3-2 with that 2-3 a lot tonight. It's leaving Lucy Goffinette wide open in that corner, though.
Jaggers stepping into the lane, trying to work to get her own rebound. Hendricks able to pick it up, will hand to Cotton and a jump ball.
And good job by Lucy, ties it up.
Initially signaled possession was with the Lady Tigers. Now will be a change of heart. We'll go with Dawson Springs. Dawson Springs maintaining a 3-point lead, 3:31 left in this third quarter. Cotton picking up steam out of the backcourt. Looked like she wanted to drive, was turned away.
Yeah, good job by Goffinette to retreat and get ahead of the ball.
Ball fed inside to Orton. Orton spins. Nice defense there from Jaggers. Threw a hand up and got a piece of it. Lady Tigers with the rebound. Boyd quickly to Jaggers. Will spot up, takes a long two. This one off the mark. Hendricks able to pick it up. Hendricks in transition. Working through a sea of Lady Tigers defenders. Throws it up too strong. Off the glass, no good. And heading back the other way to Lady Tigers. 2 steps by Jaggers. Up, no good, but a block will be called. That one going against 35, Brooklyn Cotton.
Jason Jaggers will go to the line trying to get in double digits. She's got 9 points, all of those on 3-point shots tonight.
Jaggers at the line for 2. Connects on the first. That makes it a 2-point game. As you near towards the fourth quarter, free throws ever important. As Jaggers goes 2 for 2. Lady Tigers now trail 27-26, 2:54 left in the third quarter. Dawson Springs going a little cold offensively here in the third. Clark will hold and hands off to Cotton.
They're not shooting as well. They're not getting the good shots they had in the first half. Credit that to the Caldwell County defense, keeping Dawson out of that lane and along that baseline.
There's Clark left side of the lane, feeds it to Orton. Orton not able to get the 2-footer. Sent to Boyd. Boyd lobs it up quickly for Goffinette. Contested ball. Looks like that one's going to go to Dawson, and there's no way. No way Lucy touched that ball.
That was her whole plan to swat that back off of Dawson.
They're going to talk. And they're going to say it's white ball. And
Coach Thomas not happy with that one.
I think that one maybe being a pride issue with the official. Didn't want to change that call. So Dawson Springs will have the ball. They inbound to Cotton. Cotton will bring it into the front court. Cotton still holding. Hands it off for Hendricks. 2:15 left to go in the quarter. Now to Simpson. Simpson dribbles for that right corner. Tries to feed it inside. Ball's going to be tipped. Somehow was kept out. And in the middle of the lane, McConnell coming over the shoulder will tip that ball away. Will stay with Dawson Springs.
Caldwell County doing a much better job denying that entry pass here in this second half. It's making Dawson shoot from outside. Plus the Lady Tigers taking care of the boards on the defensive end.
Randolph inbounded. They'll hand it off to Cotton. Cotton driving left side of the lane. And Carson Parker called for the foul.
It was more like she took a handoff in midair. I don't know about a lot of contact.
Oh, that one.
She jumped up.
Not sure if you can get a cleaner block.
Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
That'll put Cotton at the line. Cotton connects on her first. 2 substitutions for the Lady Tigers. McDaniels and Hollowell checking in to replace Parker and Boyd. Parker picking up her 3rd foul, so her and McConnell both in a little bit of foul trouble here late on in the third quarter.
Cotton 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 6 on the night from the free throw line.
Dawson Springs leads 29-26, a minute 57 left to go in this third quarter. Jaggers goes to Goffinette in the corner. We'll get it returned to her. Now they'll swing it to the left side. Caldwell holds into the right corner for Goffinette. Drives, goes up, has her shot blocked. And they're going to call a jump ball. Well, I don't mean to laugh, but my goodness. You got a block that's a foul, another block that's clean turns into a jump ball.
I did like that Hollowell found Goffinet in the corner on that one. She's been open several times tonight.
Ball inbounded to McConnell. McConnell goes up for the shot. It's going to be fouled. That foul going against 10, Hendricks. Hendricks picking up her second, team's fourth. And Bella McConnell to step to the line. McConnell's first. Gets a climber off the front of the iron, and it will go. Substitution, Hendricks checking out of the game, replaced by Orton.
I'd like to see Bella just arch that ball a little bit more, really line drive on the free throws right now.
McConnell second up, must have heard you. Little arch on that one, connects, and Lady Tigers now only down one, 29-28, a minute 38. Cotton driving into the left corner, floats it for Orton underneath the basket. Orton can't get it to drop. Rebound going to be tipped.
Good grief. I don't know how they're seeing some of these plays that Dawson's keeping possession of.
So that will be Randolph, who will inbound. Lady Tigers looking for a big stop here. Randolph gets it into Cotton. Ball comes off Cotton's foot and right to the hands of Clark. Clark dribbling to the left side is going to be backed out by Hollowell. Clark now looking to penetrate, goes right side of the lane, and a nice shot put up by the 7th grader off the glass and in. Hollowell couldn't have defended that much better, just a good play.
Yeah, Hollowell moved her feet really well across the lane. Just a wild shot put up off the board and in.
Dawson Springs up 31-28, 58 seconds. Ball's fed inside to McConnell. Nice post move, can't get it to drop. Goffinet, though, with the rebound, gets the putback. Lady Tigers now down 31-30. Turnover off the inbound. And McDaniels tried to throw it in quickly underneath. Her pass was tipped out, but the Lady Tigers with the opportunity on this possession to retake the lead for the first time since the start of the game.
Yeah, Lady Tigers trailed by 7, both after 1 and at halftime.
Ball's inbounded to Hollowell. Now to Jaggers over to Goffinet. Goffinet driving baseline. Tries to find McConnell. That pass is tipped. Simpson's able to hand it off to Cotton. 34 seconds. Cotton, left elbow, jumper, no good. Orton with the rebound and an easy 2. Uncontested underneath the basket. Extends the lead to 3, 22 seconds. Ball to Goffinet, inside to McConnell. McConnell will step, kicks it out to Goffinet for 3. Lucy Goffinet off the mark. Orton able to come in and use her size to snag the rebound. We're down to 10 seconds. Cotton out of the backcourt, feeds it underneath to Simpson. Pass is tipped and out. Dawson Springs will maintain possession with 5.8 seconds on the clock.
I think that was Morgan McDaniels got in, got a tip away on that one to keep Dawson from having just an easy bucket with 6 seconds left.
Randolph to inbound. Gets it to Simpson, 4 seconds. Simpson throws up. I want to say that was a shot from the left elbow. Just left her hand a little late. Randolph was able to catch it, but her foot was on the baseline. So with 1.7 seconds, Lady Tigers will inbound from their own baseline. This ball thrown over the head of McDaniels.
And the bad thing is it didn't touch anybody, so Dawson's now going to get the ball out underneath their own basket with 1.7 seconds left.
Opportunity to extend on this 3-point lead.
They would have been able to touch that before it went out. They'd had to do side out if there were any timeout left.
Randolph to inbound to Cotton, throws up a 3. This one just shy. And after 3 quarters of play, it's Dawson Springs 33, Caldwell County 30. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with your 4th quarter. You're listening to Lady Tigers basketball here on your hometown station, The Tiger.
Once again, to start planning your agricultural strategy and the form of financing your farming operation. Fredonia Valley Bank would like to help you with your planting and harvesting season this year by offering competitive rates on all your farming needs, whether it be an agricultural line of credit or an agricultural loan secured by farm real estate. Fredonia Valley Bank can help keep your worry to a minimum when it comes to farming expenses by instituting a repayment plan suitable to meet your needs. If you're wanting to see your farming operation grow and prosper this year, come by to see one of our experienced loan officers today. Fredonia Valley Bank loan officers are willing to sit down with you anytime and discuss the different options we have to offer. Visit Fredonia Valley Bank today at either location, 602 Cassidy Avenue, Fredonia, and 226 Commerce Street, Eddyville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Back to Panther Gymnasium, fourth quarter of a good contest tonight. Dawson Springs still leads this one 33-30. Caldwell able to trim 7 points off that Dawson halftime lead, or 4 points off that Dawson halftime lead down to 3. And Eric, a good game. Caldwell County is just going to have to get a few shots to go in, try to get this lead, take care of the ball underneath.
We are back in action. Lady Panthers with possession. Clark driving right side of the lane. McConnell, nice job to put her hands up, and that ball wasn't touched by anyone, so it will come out for a Caldwell ball.
Yeah, it wasn't touched by anyone, but you were still nervous if we were going to get the call because it's not going our way in the third quarter. Dawson's going to come out with this 3-2 zone. That should leave Goffinette open in that corner quite a bit.
And every possession a big one from this point on. 7:40 left in the fourth quarter. Boyd drives the lane, throws a right-hand floater up. This one no good. Goffinette able to get the steal. Goffinette dishes it back out to Boyd. Boyd, right wing for Goffinette. She'll drive baseline, pulls up, just off the mark. Parker with the rebound, can't get it. McConnell can't get the rebound, and now a foul will come the other way.
And that's how the night started for us, Eric. Shots at point-blank range, just not able to find the bottom of the net.
And that foul going against Goffinette. She'll pick up her third, team's fourth, so Goffinette in a little bit of foul trouble. Lady Panthers coming the other way. Cotton, coast to coast, middle of the lane, throws it up and is fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. Parker with the foul, and now Carson Parker in definite trouble with 4 fouls, the team's 5th. And that puts the one you don't want at the line for Dawson Springs, Cotton.
Pushing up and in. Cotton got ahead of the defense on that one. She took it straight to the goal, and Caldwell County down low had a late reaction to try to stop the ball. She was able to take it all the way in. Caldwell got the block, but got too much arm on the play, too.
Cotton hit her first, back for her second. The shot's up and connects. Extends the lead to 5. Caldwell County trailing 35-30. 7:12 to go in the ball game.
Cotton 7 out of 8 from the free throw line. Great stats for a high school girl.
Ball to Boyd. Boyd to Jaggers. Jaggers into the corner for Goffinette. Goffinette back to Boyd at the point. She'll hand off for Jaggers. Jaggers looking to drive. Hop step into the lane. Dishes it off for Boyd, who's able to split 2 defenders. Can't get the floater. Will go back for it again and able to get the putback. Lady Tigers now trail by 3, 6:45 to go in the game.
I was going to bring the full court defense.
Simpson to inbound. Got it to Cotton. Goffinette trying to use that sideline. Instead picks up the block. And now Goffinette with 4 fouls.
Tough break on Lucy. Cotton's going to dribble left-handed. So you've got to know that by now after 3 quarters of play. You want to turn her, make her go a little bit with the right hand, even if it does give the middle of the floor back to her.
Now Goffinette subbed out for Hollowell. Lady Panthers inbound. They get it to Clark. Clark met quickly in the backcourt by Boyd. Boyd some tenacious defense. They hand it off to Cotton. Cotton floats this ball inside for Orton. Orton skip pass to Simpson. Simpson throws it up with the left hand, and just everything Dawson throwing up underneath the basket going in. Simpson, that was a kind of let it go and pray shot, and was able to convert. They lead 37-32, 6-11. Here's Jaggers. Jaggers dishes it off to McDaniels. Jumper, and McDaniels, nice shot over the outstretched hand of Orton. Lady Tigers trail 37-34, 5:59.
It's Morgan's first points of the night.
Simpson going to hold, hands off to Cotton. Cotton going to go
man-to-man.
Cotton feeds this ball for a cutting Orton. Orton unable to finish, and McConnell picks up the rebound. Here come the Lady Tigers. Boyd driving, 2-step into the lane. Right hand converts it. Lady Tigers right back in it. Now trail by 1, 37-36. We're going to have a full timeout, and we'll go ahead and take a 30-second break. You're listening to Lady Tigers basketball here on 103.3 The Tiger.
February is love month. Hey, this is Pam Havelock at Cozy Living Interiors in D.C. We want to share the love with you. We are offering 15% off mattresses, 50% off all winter clothing, and Jake wanted to share the love too. At Cotton Cafe Dog Treat,
We'll be 15% off through the month of February. Something Cozy Living Interiors can be cheap. We're spreading the love. It's always our deal. Cozy Living Interiors can be cheap. Located at 235 Northfield Drive, right by the bowling alley in Princeton. Cozy Living Interiors can be cheap. It's everything a home should be.
Back to Panther Gym. Caldwell County has come back to within one, 37-36. We still have a little over 5.5 minutes to go. And Eric, Caldwell County is really playing hard on the offensive and defensive ends. But I think one thing right here that's going to stand out, should Caldwell County come back and win this game, is the confidence of Morgan McDaniels. Hasn't scored a point all night, to go ahead and take a little 12-footer along the baseline wide open instead of looking for the pass.
Yes.
She put it in, and that's kept Caldwell County right into this late.
And that was a big-time shot.
Yeah.
You saw as soon as she caught it, had every intention of shooting that ball, and really a tough shot to make. Gordon playing good defense on her and mismatched size-wise.
Good job by Hollowell to turn Clark or Cotton around to the right hand, like we mentioned.
Back in play, Clark in the right corner, hands it off for Cotton. Cotton's going to spot up for a three, and big-time shot from the senior Brooklyn Cotton. Nothing but net, makes it a 40-36 game, 5:13 to go. Lady Tigers looking to answer. Here's McDaniels to Jaggers. Jaggers to Boyd. Boyd right corner for Hollowell. Hollowell cross-court pass is going to be tipped and picked off by Clark. Clark gets it up to Randolph. Randolph taking her time and holding. 4:53 left in the game. And Randolph going to be called for a double dribble. Ball will come the other direction. Two substitutions. Parker and Goffinette checking in. They'll replace McDaniels and Hollowell.
Yeah, Lucy's got to be very careful as she's packing 4 fouls back onto the court with still almost 5 minutes to go.
Lady Tigers inbound. Boyd to bring it out of the backcourt. Dribble to the near left side. Gets it to Parker. Parker back to Boyd. Boyd returns it to Parker. She'll float it back. Now they go right side to Jaggers. Jaggers steps up, middle of the lane. Shots up, no good. Parker with the rebound. And big time from the freshman, able to put it up and in. Lady Tigers down 2, 40-38. Here's Cotton, driving baseline. Wanted to kick it out for Randolph. Randolph out of position.
Eric, we talked at halftime how Dawson was really packing that 2-3 zone in. It was Jaggers came out and made 2 threes. Now Dawson's taking that 2-3 zone out farther, and that's going to open up the rebounding a little bit more for McConnell and Parker.
Lady Tigers with this possession, the opportunity to tie or take the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Ball comes to Jaggers, right corner for Goffinette. Goffinette to Jaggers. Jaggers takes a step in, thinks about a three. We'll get it returned to her, now to Boyd. Boyd driving left side of the lane, floats it up over the hand of Orton, can't get it to drop. Rebound going to be picked up by the Lady Panthers. Clark's going to take it the other way. Clark will slow it down, 3:43 left. Hands it to Cotton at the point. Atmosphere picking up. Not a huge crowd here tonight, but you can definitely feel the intensity beginning to rise.
A 2-point game in February, it doesn't get much better than this.
Ball to Cotton. Cotton looking to drive underneath the basket, up and in. Fouled by Jada Boyd and converts a big-time three-point play. And Cotton has really been the story for the Lady Panthers this game. Has had a stellar performance up until this point.
Cotton got Jada turned around the wrong direction. Jada tried to recover down underneath, but Cotton able to muscle it in, goes up for the free throw. And the young lady is an excellent free throw shooter, 8 out of 9 tonight.
Converts, extends the lead to 43-38, 3:21 to go in the game. There's Goffinette to Boyd, Boyd to Jaggers, Jaggers, three. Off the back of the iron, Boyd with the rebound, goes up, shot's blocked. McConnell snatches away the ball, no good. Contested on the floor. And looks like a foul called.
I think they're going to get Bella with this one. Coach Thomas not happy at all with this foul.
That foul going against McConnell. The 8th foul against the Lady Tigers, so that will send Simpson to the line for the 1-and-1.
Simpson 2 out of 2 so far tonight from the line. And she can make this a 3-possession ball game.
Simpson at the line. Surveys it, ball's up. This one gets the bounce. off the back of the iron. Simpson will be back for the second. Lead extended to 44-38. Simpson back at the line, rewarded with the second of the 1-and-1. Shots up, off the side of the iron, no good. Parker with the rebound. Parker to Boyd. Boyd's going to pick up some speed in transition. As that ball tipped, is able to corral it. Goes into the left corner for Parker. Parker holds back to Boyd, now to Jaggers. Jaggers on the right wing for Goffinette, gets it returned. Three from J.C. Jaggers, no good. McConnell comes crashing in. Able to get the ball. Foul called.
Like Bella had a great rebound, but she nervously looked at the referee thinking, oh, no, not on me.
And that foul going against Orton. Orton picking up her third, puts her in a bit of foul trouble. It'll be the fifth team foul. Lady Tigers to inbound from the left baseline. Get it to Goffinette. She'll swing it to Boyd. Skip pass into the corner for Jaggers. Steps in, jumper. This one off the mark. McConnell able to corral the rebound and get it to Goffinette. Lady Tigers take a deep breath and start again. Ball fed left side of the lane to Parker. Parker, nice move there. Couldn't get it to convert. McConnell goes up, able to get the putback. Makes it a 44-40 game. Lady Tigers bringing some heavy pressure here for the final 2:16. They trail by 4. Clark able to get it out of the backcourt, gets it to Simpson. Simpson holds, needs to get rid of this ball. We'll find it in Cotton. Cotton at the point, dribbles left side. Cotton kicks it out to Simpson. Simpson into the corner for Cotton. Cotton wanting to feed it down low for Orton's able to get it. Orton will throw it up quickly, and McConnell will pick up the foul.
And I think that's 5 on Bella, right?
I believe so. Yes, and Bella McConnell will be fouled out of the game. That's a big loss for the Lady Tigers. As McConnell ends her night, she's going to be replaced by Morgan McDaniels.
It was a mismatch underneath. Jada Boyd almost got the tip away from Orton. Orton able to come up with it and put the kind of off-balance shot up, bailed out by the foul by McConnell. But that'll put her at the free throw line where she is 2 out of 7 tonight. Excuse me, 2 out of 6.
Not the worst thing for the Lady Tigers as she converts on her first. Second shot put up by Orton off the mark. Contested rebound comes off the hands of Jaggers. Some appeals from the Caldwell County stands for a push. The Dawson Springs will be in possession, up 5, 1:55 left. This ball comes in to Clark. Clark will hand off to Cotton. Cotton one-on-one with Boyd. Drives into the lanes, going to be fouled.
They may get Carson with the block, I'm not sure.
See who it's credited to. Looks like it is going to go to Carson Parker. So Parker now fouling out of the game. That will end her night. So 2 big losses for the Lady Tigers. That will put Hollowell into the game. Coach Thomas having a couple words with the official, I think, to her defense, probably warranted.
Yeah, she said that's the second player she's had fouled out. Free throws have been way wide tonight for Dawson Springs. We'll give the stats post-game, but a huge advantage going to the line tonight for the Lady Panthers.
Hollowell checking into the game for Parker. Cotton's first in. Makes it a 6-point Lady Panther lead. Cotton, just we've mentioned it before, has just had a fantastic night for the Lady Panthers. Converts on her second, just a stat you won't often hear.
10 out of 11.
And really in any level of basketball. Lady Tigers in possession, they get it to Boyd. This ball is going to come off the foot of Boyd and out. It's going to send the Lady Panthers heading in the opposite direction.
That may have been the dagger with 1:37 left.
And now we're going to have a full timeout taken. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break and be back with your fourth quarter, with the final 1:37. You're listening to Lady Tigers basketball here on 103.3 The Tiger.
At Morgan's Funeral Home, we want you to know the benefits of prearranged funeral services. The benefits of prearranged funeral planning can best be explained by the people that know the most about final expenses. At Morgan's Funeral Home, we have years of experience helping people just like you make plans for their final arrangements. Morgan's Funeral Home, serving families for over 100 years.
Back to Panther Gym. We have 1:37 left in this one. Caldwell County finds themselves down back again by 7 as they try to get back in this one late. Dawson looking to pick up their first district win of the season and keep their hopes alive for a 3 seed as they take on Madisonville North tomorrow night here in Dawson. Here for the rest of the way is Eric Jacobs.
They extend us back in action. Lady Panthers to inbound. They get it to Cotton. Cotton's going to be pursued by Hollowell. Cotton out of the backcourt. Spinning, hands it over to Clark. Clark has that ball tipped away by Goffinette, but is able to corral. There's Clark. Goffinette back to meet her. 1:21 left. Here's Simpson, and Simpson going to be fouled by Lucy Goffinette.
That may be Lucy's 5th.
That foul going against Goffinette. That will be Goffinette's 5th.
The 3rd Lady Tiger to foul out of this ball game. And Eric, before these 2 free throws coming up, Dawson already owns a 23-14 free throw advantage tonight.
And so Goffinette will now have to come out of the game. Looks like Shelby Lane will check in to replace her. As we mentioned, 3 Lady Tigers being fouled out of the game this evening. This will put Simpson at the line. Simpson's first to 2 up no good. Lady Panthers in the double bonus.
It's Simpson's 2nd miss in a row after 3 out of 3 to start the game.
Simpson will step back up for her 2nd. Simpson surveys, ball's up and in. Gives the Lady Panthers a 8-point lead, 1:18 left in the game. Boyd across midcourt gets it to McDaniels. McDaniels back to Boyd. She'll return it into the corner. Lady Tigers need points quickly. McDaniels steps in, shot up, no good. Simpson with the rebound. Will hand it off to Cotton. Cotton's going to float it up to Orton. Jaggers tries to save this ball. Won't be able to get it before it skids out of bounds. And Lady Panthers will be in possession, up 8, 59.1 seconds left in the game. Hendricks to inbound, gets it to Clark. Clark is fouled and no foul called. And now Cotton is going to be fouled.
They wanted the foul on Clark, who hasn't been to the line tonight. You certainly don't want to wait and get the ball to somebody that's a 10 out of 11.
And Coach Thomas arguing that foul. I think she has a argument for that one. Boyd reaching around was all over Clark. Now a discussion going on between Coach Thomas and the official. Like I said, a very warranted one whenever Jada Boyd is all over Clark and no call. Ball comes to the hand of Cotton, and then Cotton is barely grazed and is called for the foul. Just questionable at best.
3 possessions with 52 seconds. And that one probably the one that nails it for Dawson.
Cotton goes 2 for 2. Lady Panthers now up 10. Ball to Jaggers. Jaggers to Hollowell. She'll get it returned for 3, and Jaggers connects. A little life put in and a timeout called. We'll keep it here for this 32nd. 41.4 seconds left, so nothing impossible. Down 7, you still have the opportunity. It's going to take some good defensive stands, and hopefully if you can foul, you almost had to say you look out for safety. You want to foul and it not be a hard foul, but I'm not sure what you have to do to get a whistle whenever you reach completely across the chest and grab the arm of the player you're defending and no call.
Well, you know Dawson's going to try to get the ball into Cotton, who has only missed once tonight. So you want to deny her the ball, get somebody fouled very quick, and hopefully take 3 for 1, 3 for 2 at the free throw line, come down, try to find Jaggers for 3. Shelby Lane's going to block or guard the inbound.
Simpson to inbound, gets it into Cotton. Cotton met by Hollowell, and a foul will send Cotton back to the line.
This will be the 14th and 15th free throws for Cotton tonight. And she's missed one. She missed her 4th free throw.
Imagine that's not something you said often, broadcasting games. Cotton connects on the first.
Always been a firm believer in free throw shooting, and you can tell the kids that practice it. And I imagine Cotton spends a lot of hours in this gym putting free throws up.
Goes 2 for 2, makes it a 52-43 game, 35 seconds. Here's Boyd driving into the lane, two-step, floats it with the right hand and connects. And another 30-second timeout taken by the Lady Tigers. We'll continue to keep it here with 30 seconds left in the ball game, down 52-45. And so Dawson Springs still not out of the woods yet. Still some work to be done, and you've got to think you have to do everything in your power not to let Cotton get a hold of that ball.
Yeah, you've almost got to double team her on the inbounds play to make Dawson throw it into somebody else, because that kid's just basically automatic from the line. You know she's going to go up there and make 1 out of 2 or 2 out of 2. So Caldwell kind of has to keep it away from her, but they also want to try to go for the steal. If they don't get the steal, you've got to get the foul, even if it's Cotton. You've got to get that foul quick, because we're down to 30 seconds in this one.
Every streak has to end at some point, right?
Right.
Simpson to inbound. So Hall will throw this ball for Orton. It's going to be picked up by Jaggers. Jaggers, middle of the lane, goes up with the left hand. This one off the mark. Clark able to rebound it, and a quick foul. Clark coming out of her shoe. And that foul going against Morgan McDaniels will be McDaniels' second. And that will send Clark to the line for 2.
This will be the 30th free throw taken by Dawson Springs tonight. And the first, check this here, first for Brooklyn Clark.
Clark at the line. Connects on her first. Big-time free throws. We mentioned Clark is a 7th grader who's played a majority of this game for the Lady Panthers. Clark for her second. This one too strong off the back of the iron. Jaggers able to rebound, 18 seconds. Jaggers pulls up quick three. This one shy. Orton able to get the rebound. She'll hand over to Simpson, now to Cotton. Cotton throws it quickly up for Hendricks. Hendricks underneath the basket is going to be fouled hard by Jaggers. And that will send Hendricks to the line for 2.
So Dawson will pick up their first district win, and a win tomorrow night over Madisonville, however unlikely. Madisonville still with a losing record on the season could push Caldwell down into that 1-4 matchup against Hopkins Central.
Hendricks first. Going to be stuck.
I don't think I've ever seen a stuck ball on a free throw.
I can't say that I have either.
It hit the front of the rim and then wedged up.
Now the official doing his best. Knocks it off. He went 0 for 1 on the clear. Now 50% getting down stuck balls in this game. Hendricks for her second. Connects. 7 seconds. Lady Tigers inbound. The formality at this point. Last second three put up by Jaggers off the mark. Time will expire. And at the end of the game, it is Dawson Springs 54, Caldwell County 45. We will go ahead and take a 3-minute break and be back with your post game. You've been listening to Lady Tigers basketball here on 103.3 The Tiger.
Fortner Gas Company is a full-service local and family-owned propane company offering services in Princeton, Hades, Madisonville, and Murray. Right now, Fortner Gas is offering specials on propane. Fortner Gas offers